evening. My name is Richard Marks. I'm the chairman of the board for the Encinitas Chamber. Thank you very much. We are thrilled to be hosting this event tonight. And I think if my memory serves me correctly, this is the third day of spring. Doesn't that feel good, right? It's great to be in spring. A little bit about myself. Again, I'm the chairman of the board for the Encinitas Chamber. I've had this great responsibility since January of this year. My company is called RDM Management Group. We are a professional training company specializing in managing conflict, diversity, equity, inclusion, emotional intelligence, just a plethora of different leadership topics. In addition to that, I'm an author. My book is entitled Expect Great Things to Happen: 5 Core Principles of Highly Effective Business Professionals. I do motivational speaking, and I'm also a professional leadership coach. So those are the few hats in which that I wear. But I thought, because it's so amazing that all of us are coming together for this event, and it's amazing how many people I've met. I've seen so many people just sort of collaborate with one another. And maybe this is out of order or not, but I think it's worth saying. As we begin to embrace this political season this year, as we even begin to listen to the news, there's that rhetoric again, meaning divisiveness. And I notice when we enter these type of events, folks, it's collaboration, it's unity, it's helpfulness, it's empathy. That's an emotional intelligent construct. Self-awareness, understanding how your mood and action impacts other people, self-management, being able to suspend judgment, to think before you act, social awareness, to be able to meet people where they are and show empathy, and social skills, which is how we build rapport and find common ground. And we do this naturally and organically. And I'm encouraging us to hold on to those anchors as we move into the political season. Can we do that, please? Awesome. So first I would like to thank each of you for joining us tonight, and a huge thank you to our sponsors and our supporters. And also thank you for the North Coast Symphony Orchestra for their reception music. Now my buddy up there on the piano, he has these awesome glasses. What are those glasses you had on? Can you please put them back on? He has a great story with these glasses. He said, him and Amelia Earhart, sort of purchased their glasses from the same place. But he said also, hopefully, he hoped that his vision is not impaired because, she had an accident. Hopefully that's not his situation. So we wish you great success there. In addition to that, I would also like to acknowledge the local eateries who provided food for this event. Okay? Thank you for providing food to the community, not only today, but every day. Now, I'm going to ask you, even though you just did this, please hold your applause as I mention every one of our eateries by name, and after which I would encourage you to applaud. So first we have Broad Street Dough Company, and we have Chipsy Happen. We have Choice Juicery, Cochina del Barro, Jimbo's Naturally, Lazy Acres, Le Papagayo, The Roxy, Stoked on Salsa, Sugar Bears Sweet Provisions, Urban Cafe, Duckfoot Brewery, Birktech Family Vineyards, Improv Malagarano, and At Home Nursery Care for sponsoring the bar. Please show them some appreciation. Thank you. Working with the restaurants, I also would like to thank Solana Center and the Community Center helping us make this a zero waste event. And of course, the State of the City is always a special night, bringing the community together. And tonight is no exception. We have a great night in store for you. Now, I would like to introduce Pastor Sam Nelson of Bethlehem Lutheran Church, who will lead us in a moment of gratitude. Pastor Sam.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sam Nelson, and I'm one of the pastors at Bethlehem Lutheran Church, which is actually just right down the street, in case you're ever bored on a Sunday morning. Want to check us out? As I sat in my office working on this invocation and trying to think about how to properly invocate at an event like this, which I discovered actually is indeed a word, as I sat there, I could hear the exuberant and joyful sounds of our preschool students playing on the playground. You see, although our congregation is absolutely amazing, we are probably most well known for our amazing preschool programs, for which I can't take any of the credit. And while the noise was definitely a little distracting, I also realized that that is exactly what one needs when thinking about the theme of investing in our future. And three words in particular came to mind that I think should be at the heart of such an endeavor: gratitude, love, and hope. Gratitude sets our feet. It establishes the foundation upon which we stand. Gratitude helps us to acknowledge and give thanks for all that we have been blessed with, the resources that we have at our disposal, and the gift/responsibility that we have to steward them well. Love sets our intention. Almost every faith tradition has some kind of teaching about loving one's neighbors, and there's a reason for that. Because we become the best versions of ourselves when we look not to our own needs, but to the needs of those around us, especially when those around us have less than we do. And then finally, hope sets our vision. We are able to look to the horizon, to the future, not with fear or anxiety, but with expectant and joyful hope for what might be, what could be, what we can help to create. So I ask, in the name of whatever it is that you consider to be holy and divine, that tonight be a blessed occasion, that it be filled with gratitude, love, and hope for what has been, what is, and what is still yet to come. Amen.
Thank you. Gratitude, hope, and love. Those are really good words to be grounded in. Thank you very much. As we continue here, folks, next I would like to introduce the Boy Scout Troop number 776, who will be presenting our colors for this evening.
Color guard attention. Will the audience please rise? Color guard advance. Color guard halt. Color guard post the colors. Please place your right hand over your heart and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color guard retreat. Color guard dismissed. Audience, you may be seated.
Great job to Oliver. Young man, again, standing in front of a group of folks. Oliver, I know some folks that are horrified about standing in front of an audience, and you did that, and he just did a great job. Let's show him some appreciation. For those of you on social media, please tag the Chamber on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and use the hashtag Encinitas Chamber of Commerce, And make sure, and you stop by the step and repeat area before you leave. Now, I noticed we asked you folks to do this. I don't think I've seen anyone grab their phone to go to social media. Let's take a 30 seconds, if you would, 45 seconds, if you have a social media feed. Let's grab some pictures real quick. Let's go to Instagram. Let's go to Facebook. Let's go to LinkedIn. Let's like it. Let's take some photos. It's okay to do that. This is that moment to be social on social media. Come on, there we go. There we go. Right, let's be intentional about our goals here. Awesome. As we continue here, we also have some special guests here tonight that I would like to recognize. Stand as I call your name, and please hold your applause until I have introduced everyone. Representing Congressman Mike Levin's office is Shannon Bradley. Shannon, I think we're sitting at the same table. Shannon. Representing Senator Kathleen Blakespear is Francine Busby. And representing Assemblywoman Tasha Roner is Rosh Tripe. Representing Supervisor Tara Lawson, Raymer is Cipriano Vargas. Awesome. Oakenham Municipal Water District Board members, Neil Myers, Larry Watt, and Marco San Antonio. It's starting to get a little warm up here. I don't know if it's me, but we're going to make it work. In addition to that, folks, like I said, I have the opportunity to be the chairman of the board, but there is no way possible I could ever do this job without some fantastic people that I'm about to acknowledge right now. So again, hold your applause, but I am going to ask the following people to stand. Andrew, Gabrielle, Rueda, Michael, Logan, Andy, did I miss anyone, Carol? No? John. Could all board members, could you please stand? Let's show our board some appreciation, please. Now, these folks, like myself, is volunteer, right? And there's a lot of work and effort that goes into it. And there are many volunteers in our audience, so for those of you that are committed to that, we really appreciate it. But in addition to that, I will also like to introduce the chamber staff. And they've been working literally for almost a year to put this amazing event together. And I promised not to ask her to come up here and speak. And I'm not going to do that tonight. I just wanted to say that to see her reaction. Our CEO of the chamber, Sherry Yardley. We have Carol in the back. She's speaking in the We have Laura in the back. We have Jasmine. Jasmine, where are you? Jasmine. We have Michelle. We're not missing one, Sherry. Right, these folks are working tirelessly to get this job done. What was that?
I said all women.
All women. I know not to comment other than, right, yes, awesome job. All women! That's what I was going to do, wasn't it? Okay, I know my place. Don't we men? Okay, all right. You may not say yes now, but you'll be saying yes later, trust me. Okay, and of course, we would be honored tonight to have with us our 4 council members and Mayor Tony Kranz. So as I got the chamber into its 60th anniversary year, let me pause there, 60 years this chamber has been in existence. And that's awesome, isn't it? So as I got this, I'm excited to build all of this past accomplishments. And I look forward to another 60 years of strengthening Encinitas, one business at a time. With that being said, we will now hear from Sherry Yardley and Michael Glenn with the Encinitas Chamber of Commerce and the Encinitas Visitor Center. Our format, however, is a little bit different this year, so sit back and enjoy the video.
Good evening. As CEO of the Encinitas Chamber of Commerce and the Encinitas Visitor Center, it is my honor to provide you with an overview of the impactful contributions we've made to the City of Encinitas, its businesses, and its residents in this past year. The Encinitas Chamber of Commerce is the #1 resource and partner for business success. We support the economic ecosystem in our entire city, bringing growth and sustainability to all its businesses encompassing the 5 communities. This year, we've emphasized member benefits and helping them reach their business goals. Our initiatives cater to various demographics, showcasing our commitment to a thriving and interconnected city. Through community events, advocacy efforts, and collaborations with local government, we play a crucial role in stimulating local businesses, promoting successful entrepreneurships, and boosting revenue for our community. Our commitment to collaboration has strengthened community bonds and brought forth impactful programs and initiatives such as Small Business Saturday and Shop Local campaign with the 3-101s, member visits with Congressman Levin, a meet and greet with Supervisor Lawson Reamer at Coastal Roots Farm, a small business resource fair with SBDC, visitor center pop-ups with the Historical Society, engagement with CIHS for the North County Wellness Connection. We've worked with ICA on a Meet Your Elected Officials and Community Leaders, and partnered with Cloud IT for a pickleball tournament. To address the evolving needs of the businesses and community, the Chamber has established 6 committees specializing in key areas. Through their work and their multiple initiatives, we impact business development, sustainability, tourism, and so much more. This year, we've brought you Coffee on the Camino, the Government Affairs Council, Young Professionals, Chamber on Tap, Coffee Connections, Moonlight Mixers, a member podcast, and educational workshops. The Chamber's events, initiatives, and forums encourage community engagement and foster a sense of organizations together. The Chamber is a key resource for businesses. We invest in business growth to enhance the overall economic climate of Encinitas while strengthening social ties and community spirit. As we enter our 60th year, we look forward to another year of impactful partnerships, initiatives, and achievements. Thank you for your support and collaboration in making Encinitas a thriving and connected community.
Hi everyone, Michael Glenn here, Encinitas Chamber of Commerce board member and resident of this beautiful city for 30 years. I wanted to tell you about the Visitor Center today and why I'm part of it. Our objective is to promote the vitality of Encinitas to increase revenue, which in turn supports economic integrity of our city and the local businesses. With the increased revenue, this money will help residents and locals alike. Through additional revenue to fund city infrastructure such as parks and law enforcement, enhance property values, increase business exposure, improve relations and communication with the residents and the city, provides a better business mix, increases business occupancy, encourages residents and visitors alike to shop, dine, and stay local, improves the physical aesthetics and functionality of our business districts, and builds civic pride. But how do we sustain and grow these initiatives? With the new Visit Encinitas website. The new site will be a centralized place to find dining options throughout the city, locate retail locations in Encinitas, book accommodations for a vacation or staycation, view event listings, landmarks, attractions, wellness, sporting activities, and more, provide resources for residents and visitors such as transportation, see itineraries to plan your day, weekend, or even longer, and the new website will help local businesses increase their visibility, improve unaided awareness of Encinitas, and help steer the flow of visitors during peak times in the off-season. And all of this will help organize information so users can browse ways to experience Encinitas and easily find exactly what they are looking for, with the help of clear navigation, concise copy, and links to businesses and other relevant information. Thanks for supporting your local business community, and look for the new Visit Encinitas website this spring.
Before we move on to the next video. By a show of hands, how many of us are Encinitas Chamber members? By a show of hands. Okay? How many of us are actively involved in the committee? By a show of hands. Okay, see, there's a slight disparity there. So, respectfully, I am going to challenge all of our members to really get involved with your chamber. We have a variety of committees, and we need your help, we need your support to continue to thrive. Do you accept my challenge, members? Let's try that again. Do we, or you, accept my challenge, members? Awesome. All right, we have some support there. All right, let's continue here. So next you will hear from our important Main Street associations on everything they do to support the community. First are Joy Shepard and Allison Wilichowski from Cardiff 101.
Hi, I'm Joy Shepard, president of Cardiff 101.
My name is Allison Wilichowski, and I'm the executive director of the Cardiff 101 Main Street Association.
We're so excited to be here with you tonight and share with you all the wonderful things we've done in the past year.
One of our biggest accomplishments is our Cardiff Farmers Market. We started March of 2023, so we just celebrated 1 year, and it has been an incredible experience. We're able to have farmers, prepared foods, and vendors and crafters that are local to our community.
We appreciate grants given to us by the County of San Diego, the City of Encinitas, and of course MiraCosta for hosting us. We found a need in our community and with our businesses where they were unsure if they felt they were in an uncomfortable situation. We created a do's and don't list approved by the sheriff in the city to help them navigate some tricky situations that they might come across. We'd like to thank the city once again for the grant they've provided for us to bring art to our community. Every year we start a new project, and this year we created 5 wayfinding signs. We hired a local artist, and he created these using recycled wine barrels. You can find these 5 signs if you walk along the rail trail. Keep your eye out for them. We had our big events this year. We sold out our Taste of Cardiff with more tastes and sip-sops than ever. We had a very successful Dog Days of Summer in July. And in December, we brought Encinitas community their first menorah. We had a Small Business Saturday event and Kringle Mingle, where Surfin' Santa brought presents for the Toys for Tots, and we had free cookies and photos of Santa.
We really are focused on our entire community. A lot of our residents actually are business owners within our community. So we really strive to make sure that we're meeting the needs of everybody within our community, our residents, our businesses, and the visitors that come to Cardiff.
So thank you all. We look forward to another great year.
Thank you, Cardiff 101. Now, to tell you what's happening with the Encinitas 101, next up is David Peck.
Hi, I'm Dave Peck. I'm the president of Encinitas 101, our Downtown Main Street Association. I've been fortunate to serve in the role of president for 3 terms now, and I've been on the board for almost 10 years altogether. I moved to Encinitas in 1998, more than 25 years ago. In this last year, I reflected on how downtown has changed since I moved here. In fact, we've got nearly 90% turnover in terms of the businesses that are located along 101. And whether that's good, bad, or otherwise is up to the individual to decide. But from my perspective, it's simply inevitable. Our organization is really focused on keeping up with those changes and making sure we serve our individual members, both members of the community, our business members, and being a resource for visitors. A real exciting thing that our organization has in the works right now is the relaunch of our Encinitas 101 website. We hope it to be a beacon for all things downtown, a focus point for events, for information about our business members, a resource for visitors to our town to learn more about the historic downtown Encinitas. So we invite you to check out the website, follow us on Instagram and all the socials, and we welcome you to stop by our office right there in the heart of downtown and say hi. Speaking of events, our organization is really proud to sponsor the The Taste of Encinitas, which occurs each summer, always sells out. Fantastic turnout from both residents and folks coming to see what downtown Encinitas and what our restaurant scene has to offer, as well as putting on the 2 street fairs. We've got our Fall Street Fair, which is a 1-day event, and our Spring Street Fair coming up in April, which is a 2-day event. Again, always fantastic turnout, great bands. Every year is better than the last in terms of vendor booths, in terms of people coming and exploring and learning about downtown Encinitas, and just a real celebration of community. So I'm real proud to be part of the organization that puts on these events and celebrates everything that downtown Encinitas has to offer.
Encinitas 101. And finally, let's hear from Leucadia 101's Nikki Harth and Kevin Doyle.
Hi, I'm Nikki Harth. I'm the current president of the Leucadia 101 Main Street Association.
I'm Kevin Doyle, and I am the current vice president of L101.
Leucadia 101 Main Street helps support our local businesses in the Leucadia corridor, as well as connect our residents with the historic Highway 101 corridor through Leucadia.
It's not a business association, it's not a residents association, and that's what makes it really special. Because we're not just working for one group or another, we're working for Leucadia, which is really a special place.
Leucadia 101 Main Street is the founding organization of the Leucadia Farmers Markets on every Sunday. We have a new farmers market manager who is much more farm forward, and so we're working towards more community support as well as the PTA of Pawleque Central will now be getting a larger financial benefit.
We have 100 vendors, small business people who count on us. You know, we need fresh produce. They need to sell that fresh produce, otherwise it gets plowed into the ground. We're really, really proud of how many small businesses we support.
Leucadia Art Walk was held at the end of August this year, where we had almost 100 artists up and down the 101 corridor.
We have over 8,000 people show up, and they come with checkbooks. And we're here to support our locals, our artists. We're an arts community, and we represent our artists.
The Taste of Leucadia happened as well this past year, where we had almost 1,400 attendees, 15 sip and taste stops up and down the 101 corridor, as well as a trolley, getting people from the north to the south so they could try to access as many restaurants as possible. And we actually have the event coming up again in the middle of April 18th. Another one of our really fun community engaging events was Summer Fun on the 101 this year, and we were able to take some of our profits from that event and put them towards 2 scholarships to SDA music students.
We can't wait for summer. I got great things in store for you. So come on out, we'll see you there.
Wow, folks, there's been a lot of positive initiatives and programs and exciting events from last year, and we can't hardly wait to see what 2024 brings. So I'm about to have a seat for the balance of the evening, and the next voice you will hear will be our mayor. So with that being said, it's been great being the MC this evening. Again, my name is Richard Marks, encouraging all of you to expect great things to happen. With that being said, now it's what you've been waiting for. So with great pleasure, allow me to introduce our mayor, Mayor Tony Krantz.
Thank you. Before I get into the prepared remarks, I did want to add a couple of things. I think you probably noticed that the format changed a little bit. If you were here last year, there was a little bit of unpredictability, and this year we decided that we were going to have a program that was a little bit more predictable. So hopefully you still got the important information from the business groups, and it is really important that the work that they do. So your support for each of the community's events and meetings is very important. I also appreciate the work Richard did getting everything introduced. He did introduce most of the elected officials, but we did miss a few. And I do want to thank Miracosta College for being a sponsor and recognize Rick Kassar, the president of the board of trustees. And then Marlon Taylor, serves on the Encinitas Union School District Board. Public Health and Safety Commissioner for the city of Encinitas. So I appreciate the efforts that you guys are making to get our kids educated. So thank you very much. With that, I would like to say good evening. And I want to thank you all for being here tonight as we report on the great strides that we have made in 2023 and highlight what's to come in the future for our wonderful city. The city of Encinitas is a unique and special place, and I'm proud and honored to have this opportunity to serve as your mayor. Before we get started, I would like to extend a special thanks to everyone involved in tonight's presentation. First, I'd like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for hosting the event and their volunteers. It is always a joy for the community to come together and highlight the incredible achievements that have been accomplished over the past year. And I appreciate all the work and effort they put into this event annually. So thank you very much. I'd also like to thank especially the event sponsors for this evening. Scripps Health, 101 Artists Colony, Beach Cities Commercial Bank, the City of Encinitas, the Community Resource Center, Cox Communications, EDCO, Encinitas Rotary Club, Institute of Contemporary Art San Diego, the Leucadia 101 Main Street Association, Magdalena Ecke YMCA, Mariposa College, the Cardiff 101 Main Street Association, Encinitas 101 Main Street Association, At Home Nursing Care, and Belmont Village Senior Living. That's quite a list of sponsors, and I very much appreciate your contributions. Next, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to my fellow council members and ask each of them to please stand. Deputy Mayor and District 1 Councilmember Allison Blackwell. Councilmember Kelly Shea Hinsey. District 3 Councilmember Joy Lyons. District 4 Councilmember Bruce Ayers. Working with you all is a pleasure, and each of you inspires me with your passion for our city. And I acknowledge all of the hard work you put in and day out to represent it. Thank you again. And your families too make a contribution, and I thank them as well. Finally, I'd like to thank my life partner, my wife Cynthia. Love and service to the city we both hold dear has not been easy, so I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done to help make it happen. I love you a lot. So council members too are recorded on video, and we're going to start by playing those videos now. And the goal is to share the year's greatest highlights, accomplishments, and projects we're looking forward to in the future. The first video is from Deputy Mayor Allison Blackwell, and
Hi, I'm Allison Blackwell, the Deputy Mayor for the City of Encinitas, representing District 1. I'm really happy to share some of the city's accomplishments tonight, particularly for District 1, with a focus on infrastructure. So let's talk drains, trains, and lanes. We'll start with trains. One of the projects is the Leucadia at-grade rail crossings. This has been underway for a while, but we've made really good progress in the last year. There are 2 rail crossings in development based on community input, one at Glaucus and one at Grandview, and they're going to allow people to cross from the east to the west of the tracks along that 1.3-mile stretch of road on Vulcan. We've been working on funding the design phase of this project, and in collaboration with the North County Transit District, as well as the rail lines, we're able to move forward our application to the California Public Utilities Commission very soon. All right, so let's talk about drains and lanes, and that's the project called Streetscape Segment C. So that involves not just surface level improvements, but also drainage improvements. And first, we have a $4 million grant from the federal government to put a much bigger pipe at the north end of the 101. And second, Streetscape itself has about $7 million devoted to drainage. That includes curbs and gutters, more stormwater drain inlets, as well as some connector pipes that will help us with drainage improvements in the future. We now have a lot to do to improve Leucadia drainage, but this is a significant step in the right direction. And we're also getting those street level improvements. We're gonna have more parking, we're gonna have a roundabout, better landscaping, and even sidewalks for people to get around. Finally, let's talk about some other lanes improvements on Quail Gardens Drive and Saxony Road. We have come together as the community, the city staff, and the council to really address traffic and mobility safety issues on these two roads. And we've got some good improvements planned ahead of the development that's going in that area. And that includes pedestrian and biking improvements and some traffic calming measures, such as a roundabout on Quail Gardens Drive and a chicane on Saxony Road. I'm really glad we've made this progress together, the city and the community. District 1 has needed some infrastructure improvements for a long while, and we're making really great progress and expect more to come.
The next highlights are from District 3 Councilmember Kelly Shaganson.
My name is Kelly Hinsey, and I'm the council member that serves District 2 here in the city of Encinitas. The El Portal Undercross art project is one that's really special to my community. It's done in partnership with the city, Sandag, and NCTD, and different from the other undercrossings in our city. This one actually will be adorned once complete with the artwork from the Pawlecky Central students. I had the great privilege of attending Pawlecky Central School. I began kindergarten there in 1989, and my mom, she taught there for many decades. And it's my hope that my daughters will be able to attend school there someday as well. We are looking forward to doing an unveiling of the artwork the weekend before school starts again this fall. Orpheus Park is another centerpiece of our community. It's 31 years old and it's due for revitalization. Fortunately, the city obtained a grant from California State Parks and Recreation, a state grant, to redo all of the equipment at the park. In addition to a lot of the children's playground equipment, we'll also have an adult facility on the same site. So being able to have brand new playground equipment for the students and the children who attend that park, as well as the adults with this new addition of an adult facility with exercise equipment, is going to be an enhancement to the community. Now let's talk about downtown Encinitas. It's our vibrant gathering core of our city. People of all ages, all abilities, all different modes of travel come to our downtown to enjoy our restaurants, our retail establishments, our yoga studios, the ocean, the beaches, the parks, everything that's nearby. So by establishing this corridor from J Street to D Street as a business district, we've been able to bring the speed down to 25 miles per hour and ensure better safety for all the users of the road. We had unanimous approval from our Mobility and Traffic Safety Commission to bring the speeds down. We had resounding support from our business owners, from our property owners, and the community members who are so used to wanting to come downtown to spend time. I am so proud of my district. I'm so proud of the collaboration that I've been able to enjoy because of such a helpful, dedicated city staff, my colleagues on the council, and of course our community who is always striving for progress. They're so dedicated and just committed to seeing a better vision for our city.
The next council member featured is District 3 Councilmember Joy Lawrence.
Hello, I'm Joy Lines. I'm City Council Representative for District 3. It's really our duty to make sure we've got our infrastructure in good shape and it really accommodates the needs of the entire city. But we can't always predict everything. And with the rains and the recent infrastructure and emergency issue on Lake Drive, which was a sinkhole, We responded immediately and brought in the resources to make sure that we could address that as quickly as possible to contain it and to make sure that that road was opened up again very soon. We continue to have challenges, and we look to the future to be able to prioritize and fund our infrastructure in a way that we can address the 50-some-year-old infrastructure that we have here in the city. Now I'd like to talk about Santa Fe Drive, because it is such an important community enhancement, not only to District 3, which is a really major conduit for everyone of all modes throughout the city. What the project will achieve is protected sidewalks and a signalized crossing for the students going to school at San Dieguito Academy, as well as parking and landscape and beautification. So we're really targeting what's so important to the community, our students, our children, and all of us who need to use Santa Fe Drive. I'm really proud of that project. We've engaged with our partners at the state level with funding from Senator Blake Spear and also grant funding from other sources to make things happen here for us in our community to make it safer. Our Habitat Stewardship Program started at Cottonwood Creek in a partnership with the Botanic Garden, who has been an amazing partner for us here at the city. We've established models for restoration in this Cottonwood Creek. Now we've expanded to Oak Crest Park, where we have very significant native plants that need to be protected. Each of our open spaces has such unique attributes. Every single one of them needs to be protected and maintained. Invasives need to be removed. Erosion needs to be remedied. And we have made a commitment across the city to address this concern. So I look forward to continuing to work with you, with the community, to continue to press for good solutions in the areas of affordability, of environmental quality, and of improved safety across our community. Thank you.
And finally, the last council update will be Councilmember Bruce Ayers.
Hi, I'm Bruce Ayers. I'm Encinitas City Council member for District 4. The first item I wanted to talk about was the Liebenhain evacuation plans. This has been significantly improved and through not only having our new fire chief look at it, but also by having local community groups and local community members give input. In particular, the Liebenhain Fire Safe Council has been instrumental in updating it, along with the Liebenhain Town Council. They've added additional evacuation routes that weren't considered before, including westbound on Encinitas Boulevard is now open to use. We also have the option of using the two gates, La Posta and Village Park. In addition to the evacuation plan, our local fire department has held joint exercises on wildland fire safety. This is a fantastic change because I don't think we've ever done this kind of drill before in a Liebenhain. Another project is the Trail 82 segment along Rancho Santa Fe Road in Liebenhain. This connects the trail from the old meeting hall down to the corner of Encinitas Boulevard and Rancho Santa Fe Road. It will provide safe access for pedestrians, for bicyclists, and even equestrian riders along Rancho Santa Fe Road. I know the community is really looking forward to having this project completed. I can't wait to get the funding in place so we can construct it. Probably the biggest item that I wanted to talk about today is the acquisition of the property in the northeast corner of 101 and La Costa Avenue. A great asset, 1.5 acres, was acquired by the city this year for $6 million. This was a collaborative effort of the entire council. It was the staff, even the realtors worked closely, and the seller all worked together to get this done in a very timely fashion. One of our strategic goals in Encinitas is to acquire open space and maintain and evolve our community character. This parcel is important in maintaining that character. I enjoy all the input and meetings we have with various community members and groups. That's one of the things I've always loved about being an activist here in Encinitas and now on council. It is the involvement of the community and hearing from everybody. I look forward to continuing that and doing more good things for Encinitas.
Thank you to all my colleagues. And everything that was mentioned those civil servants doing the hard work. Now I'd like to ask our city staff to please stand at this time. With the rest of the city council, we'd like to thank you for the truly hard work that you have. So the rest of my presentation will touch on some of the themes that have already been mentioned, but I think they're worth emphasizing. So tonight we come together to highlight our wonderful city. This presentation is meant to act as a moment of reflection, but I also want to spend some time sharing plans for our future. For this reason, we thought it would be fitting to make the theme of this year investing in our future. Encinitas is a city worth investing in. We are 5 vibrant communities of stewards, artists, craftspeople, and businesses who embrace the charm, history, and character that makes this place so special. It's a pretty nice place, city we've got here. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. In a recent survey, 90% of residents agreed with this sentiment. More specifically, they agreed that Encinitas is an excellent or good place to live. 90%. These results are truly something to marvel at, and it makes me happy to see them. But I believe that we need to continue investing in Encinitas to ensure that this trend and pride in our city continues well into the future. Our city council and staff work hard to make sure our residents get what they need with plans and priorities for future needs, including infrastructure like roads and drainage and community building spaces like the new Pacific View Arts Center. But we'll get into more of that in a few minutes. I'd like to share some of the other great accomplishments from this past year first. An area of investment in our infrastructure, and it's one that we also need to continue. To guide us in this effort, we had created the Infrastructure Task Force that was charged with identifying priorities that Encinitas should consider investing in for the betterment of our city's future. Projects could require immediate attention or be longer term, but the goal is the same: to ensure that Encinitas is safe, well-maintained, and poised for the future. As part of the City Council's responsibilities, we've tried to plan and prioritize funding for projects and programs. We're grateful when we receive federal and state funding assistance, just as how Congressman Levin was able to secure us $4 million in HUD funding for the North Coast Highway 101 drainage improvements project, which will be under construction here soon. However, the amount available we have each year during the budget process is not enough to meet the demands of infrastructure improvements that this city needs. I want to let you know about an important initiative that you can see on your November ballot. The city of Encinitas is considering a 1% local sales tax increase that could generate up to $15 million per year to pay for new and ongoing improvements to our city, most especially the drainage and roadway safety. The City Council and staff are still conducting research and evaluating the effects of such a ballot measure. Ultimately, it is up to our community to vote on and approve, and there are certainly pros and cons to consider. For me, the guiding questions I'll be asking myself are, how would this investment protect and honor Encinitas' future? And what would the cost be to our way of life if we don't make this investment now? An important project we have seen movement in is the Buena Creek Navigation Center. We have partnered with the City of Vista to open a new homeless shelter that will serve residents of both cities. Thanks to Senator Blakespear's help in acquiring state budget funds and countless other partners' involvement, this 48-bed shelter is now open. the nonprofit Retread operating bid, providing critical services to people in our cities who are experiencing homelessness. Residents will be able to stay as long as 120 days and will have around-the-clock support. Both mental health counseling and substance abuse counseling will be available. There will also be many additional services provided to people living there, regular classes, group meetings, and individual service plans. Being able to support every member of our community is very important. And I am incredibly thankful that we are now able to do so. One thing the pandemic brought us was a huge increase in the number of e-bike riders in our city. Both young and old riders were feeling the benefits of a battery-powered boost in their pedaling and found it to be quite freeing from the congestion of cars and not having to fight for parking. Parents of school-age kids were also relieved to not need to drive their young students to and from school. So while there have been many years of effort made to improve bike and pedestrian safety throughout the city, the last year has been more focused on the need for mobility improvements due to tragic crashes involving bicyclists. Adding bikes to the mix of cars and trucks on the streets originally designed for automobiles only has created a real sense of urgency amongst council members. Over the past year, we have hunkered down and made this a top priority. We have worked on many projects this year to help heighten bike safety in the community. We promoted Nick Buck, a member of the Parks Department for more than 20 years, is now our new mobility manager. He brings a level of experience. He brings a level of experience that is vital to our city and has been essential in helping develop training programs with the school districts and working with the traffic engineer to strengthen our mobility planning programs. The Sheriff's Department has also been instrumental in educating residents on this bike safety initiative, especially with younger riders. They partnered with local schools and the San Diego Bike Coalition to provide education and enforcement of e-bike and bike safety rules. Construction was completed on the second phase of the South Coast Highway 101 cycle track project between K Street and Chesterfield. And thanks to grant funding from the Highway Safety Improvement Program, work on this section included adding a protected bikeway facility and keeping bike lanes going both directions on the west side of 101, where the views of the Pacific Ocean are spectacular. Seeing young kids use that facility is especially heartwarming. Parents feel safe now riding with their kids. We were even able to lower the speed limit on this section of Highway 101 to make it safer for all. Non-car options to travel throughout Encinitas are critical to our community's health and happiness, which is why we are invested in creating safe routes for everyone, including students traveling to school. As Deputy Mayor Blackwell mentioned, we are working hard to make improvements to both Saxony and Quail Gardens Drive. We're going to have a mini roundabout at Becky Ranch Road right across from the Farm Lab, and these improvements are going to be critical for making it safer for young students at the school as well as those folks that are using the Leech Tag Ranch. But there are also many other mobility improvement projects in the works. I'm pleased with our city's ongoing commitment to improve everyone's ability to get around town, regardless of their preferred mode of travel. This is an investment into our future that I know is worth making. In addition to our mobility projects, I'm also very proud of our achievements in environmental stewardship. Environmental health and leadership is one of our highest priorities as identified in our strategic plan, and we've continued to make great strides in it. Our smoke-free ordinance went into effect in July of last year, so smoking is no longer allowed in public places, restaurants, and businesses. We are proud to be leading with other California cities to create a healthier city and reduce the number of cigarette butts that end up on our streets, and in the Pacific Ocean. The ordinance was developed by the city's Environmental Commission, and they were inspired by the fact that cigarettes contribute significantly to the global marine pollution, as they are one of the leading items found during beach cleanups. By embracing this ordinance, our city will reduce the toxic cigarette butt waste and build the foundation for a healthier, cleaner, and more beautiful Encinitas, which is a sound investment in my book. Speaking of our beautiful environment, we also received a recognition of becoming a Bee City USA. And as someone who worked with former Councilmember Lisa Schaefer on our urban ag ordinance, and as a beekeeper, I very much appreciate that. It's a testament to our commitment to create and sustain an ecosystem that supports our local pollinators, such as bees and butterflies, protecting their habitat and promoting the use of native plants and trees throughout the city. And because Encinitas is an environmentally conscious city, this is very important to us. I encourage all Encinitas businesses and residents to invest in native plant varieties that foster a bee-friendly ecosystem for our city. It's a small change that will have a big impact on our environmental footprint. And perhaps you watched our meeting last night where the subcommittee of Councilmember Lyons and Councilmember Ehlers, we moved forward the drafting of a native plant ordinance. So looking forward to that. I'm proud to report that we're still on track to meet our 2030 Climate Action Plan greenhouse gas reduction goals, building on our momentum of exceeding the goal we set for ourselves in 2020. I'm also very proud of the work that city staff have done to establish the Encinitas Academy. We know that the city has lots of programs going on, so this year the Encinitas Academy was launched to help residents better understand our city's government. We have begun hosting a free 6-session-long course where the class has the opportunity to meet city leaders, visit city facilities, and learn how decisions are made. Our goal is to encourage attendees to get involved with services that make our city a great one to live in. This is an investment of participants' time, but the more residents we have understanding and participating in our city's project, I think the better off we would be. And something very near and dear to my heart is the city's purchase of Pacific View School. This photo of downtown Encinitas in the 1880s shows the one-room schoolhouse on the top of the hill, of land that was donated by J.S. Pitcher as a place to educate the small group of children living here back then. Then in the 1950s, Encinitas Union School District built a larger and more modern school building on a bigger parcel. Eventually, the school board declared the campus surplus and put it up for sale. After a process of on and off negotiations with the Encinitas Union School District, the city took a leap of faith and purchased the property. It was a decision that sparked debates, stirred emotions, and tested our resolve. In fact, the vote to make the purchase was split 3-2, with Mayor Teresa Barth and Councilmember Lisa Schaefer agreeing with me to make the investment in our community's future by And now 10 years later, this is the 10th year since we acquired the site, we're on the brink of Pacific View's grand reopening. We finally get to see the fruits of that decision. This historic school, once a symbol of division, will now serve as a beacon of unity and progress. It will be a center for education, culture, and community engagement. A place where dreams take flight and futures are shaped. But our investment in acquiring important pieces of land for public use didn't end there. Last summer, the City Council entered challenging negotiations to purchase the land on the northeast corner of Highway 101 and La Costa Avenue in the Leucadia neighborhood. As Councilmember Ayler mentioned in his video segment, it is an iconic landmark that can serve as a sanctuary for our community. Eventually, we reached agreement with the seller and the council voted unanimously to acquire the site. This decision speaks volumes about the power of cooperation amongst elected officials, which during that time we transcended political differences in pursuit of a common goal, the well-being and prosperity of our city. In a world marked by uncertainty and division, our ability to come together, to bridge our differences, and to work towards a shared vision is nothing short of remarkable. It is a testament to the strength of our community and the resilience of our spirit. I would also like to acknowledge the importance of this land to the Kumeyaay Nation and all indigenous people. So as we look to the future, we will remember the lessons of our past and make this special piece of our city be a place where everyone can come together to celebrate our part in our community's history. Let us continue to invest in projects that may seem daunting at first, knowing that patience, perseverance, and cooperation will ultimately lead us to success. As some of you may know, I'm a big fan of poetry. That may be why the 101 Artist Colony is one of the sponsors for tonight's event, as they're the corporate parent of the Full Moon Poets Society. Right, Danny?
That's right.
Anyways, 10 years ago at the news conference to announce the purchase of Pacific View, I read the poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. And at the groundbreaking for the Pacific View Arts Center improvements, I read a poem by my friend Darius Dager, who will teach writing classes when the Arts Center opens. Tonight, I would like to close with a poem Darius recommended as appropriate for the occasion. It was written by Emily Dickinson, and I think it fits quite well, considering the most recent purchase of the very special land in the northwesternmost part of our city. Here goes. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. Dickinson says, I've heard it in the chillest land. Who knew that you would be chill? I heard about the state of our city in the chillest land, Encinitas. And I appreciate being able to circle back to the theme of hope that Pastor Sam Nelson brought with the invocation. And it is truly my honor to be able to serve as your mayor. Thank you very much.